Hi everyone, Rach here from Rara Stitching Realm. Welcome to a 2023 plans for my cross stitching. You'll either have both stitching and quilting in the one video, or I'll do two smaller separate videos. I'll just see how we go, because I might have to charge the camera battery. Anyway, before I start talking about what I'm going to do, I wanted to show you something I have done. Mary Wear It from Modern Folk Embroidery is something. I should have looked at the book, didn't look at the book. I think I started this at the beginning of 2021 and I finished it half an hour ago, finally, after all this time. So this is the finish. Apologies, I haven't ironed it or anything. I don't iron it anyway because it's just going to get rolled up in a roll for now. So that is my finish. I've always loved this tree border. So I've made a few executive decisions along the way. I do not even think you're going to be able to see. I can't even see one in the camera. Where is one? You just can't see them, so there is one there. So where is my finger? You might be able to just see in this space here, there looks like there are some stitches. There is some very light sort of spriggy type things. I made the decision to leave them out because if you see even down here in the crowns and the heads of the birds, the fabric was a bit too light for the called for colours, but I'm happy with what it is or how it's gone. The other executive decision is that the eyes on the parrots I've done green, but they were actually the colours of the legs. That was the stitch it was meant to be, and I just thought it's just going to get lost, it's just all too light. So I made the decision to just make the eyes a little bit darker. So that is Mary Wear It, and I did the 2/2 conversion because the verse and her name was over 1 in the chart, but Jacob gives you the conversion to do both a verse and her name in 2/2, and I took that option, which is why it looks a little bit different to the chart. So there we go. I have got a finish, and I'm going to lose a needle on the floor. Okay, so we'll just fold that up out of the way, and I will add it to my roll of finishes. Right, talking about next year. So for those of you that have followed my floss tube pretty well, and I thank you for that, you'll know this has not been a good stitching year for me. I just really lost the whole stitching thing in the middle of the year, and when I started going back to Stitchy Group, I decided to take something that was closest to finish, which I deemed was that Mary Wear It. And I've just been working on that off and on probably for 2 months. Really had a big push this past couple of weeks because I'm like, I can finish this before the end of the year. So when I was thinking about what I was going to do for next year, I really thought about all the options I could do, and what sparked the most excitement is basically what I was looking for. Oh look. I didn't realise how much mess you can see behind me. I've just realised. Such is life. So what I kept coming back to is Christmas. So next year I'm going to work on Christmas pieces, basically. I've got 3 already started that I can show you. So I'm going to work on those, and then I'm going to add in. So the plan at the moment is, because I like having a plan, the plan is for the first week of the month I'm going to work on Santa's Village. I might as well get them out as I talk about them. So Santa's Village is by Country Cottage Needleworks, and I reckon this is the oldest WIP. I haven't looked on my list, but I think this is the oldest WIP. And I've got the first row of 3. Where are we? The first row of 3 started, and I have just started. The last time I got called, I managed to get the candy cane stripe started and a snowflake. So I've got 8 left to go in 12 months. So I am going, do I put this out there? I am going to try and do a block a month with 4 months backstop, basically. Yeah, that's how I'm thinking. So I would like to try and finish Santa's Village by the end of the year. So that's the first week of the month will be Santa's Village. The second week of the month will be a medium-sized project. And at the moment, for me, that is this Prairie Schooler Christmas sampler, and I'm doing the middle one the night before Christmas. I'll pick that up afterwards. I haven't looked at this for ages. Where are we? Okay, so that's how far I have got so far on that. Let's find this. So not a creature was stirring. Yeah, so that's where I'm up to, about where my finger is. So maybe a third. I've done a third. So I would like to get this finished in. I'm not even giving myself a time frame for that. So a medium-sized project for the second week of the month. I'm not sure I will do any of the other Prairie Schoolers at the moment on here. I'll move on to something else. I should have got it out. I just picked up a new little house needleworks with some quilts on it, a Christmas one. I think it came out last year, possibly. So that will probably be something I start. Or Lantern Lane is another one as well, little house needleworks that I've always liked. So hopefully the medium size I can get 2 finished. We'll see. And then weeks 3 and 4 I'm going to work on smalls. So ornaments, flat folds, those sorts of things. So the one that I've got started at the moment is this Stitching with the Housewives, and this is Jolly Saint Nick and Rudolph. And it's a, what is it, 84 by 112. So I have got, oh, you have to excuse all my threads hanging around, because that's how I stitch. So that's as far as I have got so far on it. So you can actually see that's the length. Get out of the way. That wee line there is the bottom of the chart, and that's the top. And I'm not far off. In fact, that loop is the other corner. So it's not, you know, it's, if I fold it up a little bit, ignoring all the dropped threads, but that's roughly how big it will be in the end. So that and smaller sort of things. And I've got quite a bit of this fabric, so I should hopefully be able to get a few of the Christmas ones done maybe on this fabric. So yeah, that is my plan. So essentially each month there should be 4 things to show you. Progress on Santa's Village, progress on a medium, and 2, I'm saying 2 smalls a month. This size of Stitching with the Housewives might mean only 1 a month. We'll just have to see. I don't want to go overboard and say I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I've got a plan. If the week has, I'm not even going to worry about that. Let's just not make it complicated. That's the plan. If I have any spare time, I'll give it to Santa's Village. and I am thinking in June and maybe October, or maybe May and October, for the smalls fortnight is actually fully finished. So or if I've got time left over, I'll fully finish. I'll just see. But I want to make sure that by the end of the year I've actually got fully finished rather than just bits of fabric stitched. So yeah, so that's my plan for stitching. I will do one video a month for stitching, which I've penciled in as the second Friday of the month. So the first video will only really be showing you 2 things, but then it should be 3 to 4 things per month to show you. I thought I'd show you one thing I've brought. I have got a few other things, but I didn't pull them out, and they're all the way over there now. I did, and I'm going to have to flash this because it's only charts. I saw this on Instagram and went following to find the shop. The shop is Love Poppet, which is a UK shop. Do I actually have a website? No. I think it is lovepoppet.com, but I'm not 100% certain. But this is probably one of the new start that I will do. Hopefully no one will be able to pause it and see the chart. It's a little robin, and it comes in at 60 by 70. So I would like to hope that I have that finished in time for the second floss tube, because again it won't start till the end of January, that one. So my camera battery is flashing at me. I'm going to pause. I'm going to put the 2 videos together, I think. So I'm going to pause, get set up for quilting tube stuff, and I will speak to you in a mo. Bye for now. Alright, back again. I've cleared away the stitchy stuff and got out the quilty stuff. So yes, plans for next year. Before I do plans for next year, I thought I would just quickly show you, it's upside down, the quilty box. So I ordered, I guess it's the Jolly Box, 2022 Jolly Box from the Fat Quarter Shop. And I put mine under the Christmas tree. I didn't open it till Christmas Day. So I'm just going to show you briefly what was in it, but I'm sure if you're into quilty stuff you've probably seen it already. I'm 95% happy with it. There's one thing I was a bit meh about, and I felt like they missed a trick with it, and I'll explain. So we got in the box a rotary cutter. This is a Laurie Holt, or Be In My Bonnet rotary cutter, which I've never used, but I've got an old one that I've had for a while, so it's quite good to have a new one, so I was happy with that. This is a, what do they call this? I think this is called a stack and store or something like that. Ooh. Look, there you are. So put doodads in it. This thing I was really happy with, because I was actually trying to buy one off Amazon, and Amazon, I might as well just take that off actually. Amazon ran over the package that had this in, and I must have brought the last one in stock, and the last time I looked they still didn't have any more. So even though it's a smaller one that I was looking at, it will still do the job. It can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that way and 3 that way, but I'll be going this way because I've got more than 3 rulers. The other thing I was really chuffed with is that we got 2 charm packs, and the fabric is my favourite cup of cheer, so I'm very pleased with that. And we also got a, oh actually there are 2 things I'm a bit meh about. We also got, it says it's an exclusive panel as well to go with it, so more than happy to have more of this fabric because I really like it. And then the 2 things that I'm a bit meh about, these things which are fabric markers, when I've seen people take them out, they look like they're a little bit flimsy, and I'm wondering how they will actually do the job. And a pack of cards, and it is Kimberbell Designs who designed the cup of cheer, and I really think that there's a positive and a negative about this. I feel like they missed a trick, because that's what the cover is. Print the fabric on the back of the cards. It's such a gorgeous line, you know. But the other good thing is, though, that it's very easy to read the cards. So, anyway. And I believe there are 2 games in here, but I haven't read those yet. I think somebody I saw said one. Oh, there they are. Quilt Queen and Go Stitch, which someone said is like Go Fish, but I don't know Go Fish anyway, so there we go. I mean, they're certainly useful, they'll get used. I just feel like you missed a trick with those. There are so many delightful patterns on the cup of cheer fabric that you could have done something with that. And we did get a pattern as well for the cup of cheer fabric. And you need to add to this pattern, you get the 2 charm packs and the exclusive panel, but then you need to add in borders and background, binding and a backing. So, and I'm not sure what I think of that yet, so I'm probably not going to use it yet anyway. I have another idea, and we did get a discount, but I'm obviously not going to show you that. So let's try and move that out of the way where it's not going to get in the way. The only other thing that I ordered lately that arrived, I'm pretty sure I haven't shown you this. This is a charm pack of Basic Grey's Nutmeg, and this is lovely. I'm like, what else should I have been getting? I really like this. So I'll probably have some more of that in my future. Okay, so plans for next year. So in the last Quilty Tube, I was talking about using my cup of cheer fabric to make like a table runner or something along those lines, which I didn't do, and I'm kind of pleased I didn't, because I've now got the 2 charm packs that I can use. I did buy a pattern from the Fat Quarter shop. I think it's called Bentley Table Runner by Fancy That House Design for Moda. So I quite like that. It looked like it would be relatively easy for me to do, so I can showcase some of the big nicer fabric in the middle and then just doing the border. And actually reading the pattern, they call for charm packs. So I will probably still do this at some point with the charm packs and the extra fabric I've got. So that is a project for next year. I'm aiming to do, I don't want to set myself up for failure, so anything more is a bonus. I'm aiming to do 2 quilt tops and maybe 3 or 4 smaller things. So that's one of them. I'll show you another one that's on my radar. Oh, have I got 2 patterns here? Looks like I have. Okay. It's another table runner from the Fat Quarter shop. 1 hour Jolly Bar table runner. Okay. Okay, because I have actually got a Jolly Bar. Anyway, sidetrack. This pattern appeals to me, and I did get the 60-degree ruler a while ago. I showed it in a video, and it requires 2 jelly rolls, and I already had one that I had got back at the beginning when I was sort of buying fabric without a plan in mind. I had brought a Bonnie and Camille Sunday Stroll, which is very pretty. I love the pinks and the blues and the reds and the aquas. And when I happened to find this, I think I saw a video, this must be a YouTube video. if I can find it, I'll link it in the description. When I saw this, I thought, oh, okay, I like this. We could use the jelly roll. So I went looking, and I happened to find, I think I fluked, possibly on the Fat Quarter shop, but I'm not sure. But there was a sale on, so I was able to pick up the second jelly roll on sale. So I was really pleased with that. And I got some backing fabric, and I'm not sure if I've got binding fabric or not now. I'd have to go and look. So, but I can pick up Bonnie and Camille fabric here locally, so even if I don't get the same fabric line, I'll get something that matches anyway. So this is definitely something that I would like to have on my radar for next year. Is it too hard for me? Quite possibly, but until we start, we're not going to know. The other thing I've got to make a decision about is the mystery quilt made with Nantucket Summer, Camille's line. Block 7 is currently on its way to me, and then there will be 5 more blocks after that. I have not taken any out of their bags because at the moment I don't really like how the quilt is looking. I think it's a sampler quilt, possibly is not a style I like. I think that's probably it. It's got absolutely nothing to do with the fabric. I love the fabric. So I have got another pattern for this, or I'll find something else. I don't know. So we'll see. It would be nice that by the end of the year I have made something with all of this fabric. If it's not the prescribed quilt, it's something else. Rachel. So we will hold myself to that. I'm going to try and be a bit more intentional about what I'm buying next year, so have a project in mind. I've actually probably got enough things to be going on because I've actually got 3 Laurie Holt quilt kits at the moment. So I've got 2 table runners and I've got a bigger thing behind. I can't remember what that makes off the top of my head. Not that only one of the table runners I would actually make as per the quilt. I think the others I got because the Fat Quarter shop was having a sale on quilt kits, and I just got it for the fabric rather than the actual pattern. I know one of them that I'm looking at down there requires her templates, which I don't have, and it's a charm pack, so it can be used for something else. I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, try not to buy too much. That's probably where I was going with that. As I say, I've got enough things to be going on with that I probably now need to be a bit more mindful of what I'm buying, because obviously some of my quilting money I would like to get probably the plus sign quilt top, the quilt fully quilted. So some of my spending budget needs to go on having that done, and that's going to cost me a little bit of money. Yeah, I think we need to use what we've got, and not buy so much. I've got to just rein myself in a little bit. However, I will take advantage of the discount code that I got in the Jolly Box, which expires towards the end of January, so I will do something with that, I think. Yes, so plans for Quilty Tube and my quilting. At least 2 quilt tops made, 3 to 4 smalls, let's call them smalls, table runners, whatever, and not go mad buying things. I will probably film once a month, and I've earmarked the 4th Friday of the month for Quilty Tube. So Floss Tube will be the 2nd Friday, Quilty Tube will be the 4th Friday, and then just monthly videos after that. And I think that is all I have for my plans for next year. So hopefully I can up my stitching again, get back into that, and I can just keep plugging away, improving my quilt top making. I think somewhere down the line, if I get through this year, shall I put this out to the universe? If I get through this year having done what I set out to do or more, I think that I will probably look to improve my sewing machine, because I got a very basic machine in England 10 years ago and I brought it back to New Zealand, and I'm not confident in quilting with it, and that's both my skill and B, the basicness of the machine, I think. So yeah, we'll just see. That's something to think about next year when we look back at this video and go, oh, you didn't do half of what you said you'd do. So anyway, that's where I am at. What are your plans for stitching or quilting, or both? If you do both, share them in the description below. Have a good new year if you celebrate, and I will catch you next year. Bye for now, everyone.